Hi everyone, Katerina here. Welcome back to this amazing series. So today we are opening box number 11 from our Papercraft Society box Advent Calendar. This one was designed by Card Making Magic, and it's Christina Griffith who designs the lovely things behind this brand. So we already had one envelope from Christina, and it was some gorgeous Christmas papers. And today we have some foliage and some floral dies. And wait a minute, you will see all the die cuts that I've cut this out just to show you what kind of shapes we are getting if we run this through our die cutting machine. And also I'd like to mention this video is part of a collaboration between Monika, Mel and I. Monika's been posting lovely tutorials every morning. Mel has been posting her unboxing videos in much more detail. I will leave the links to their YouTube channels in the description box below. Please make sure you go over and check those out as well. So I've decided to use the two foliage dies for today's card, and I'm covering a piece of cardstock in double-sided sticky sheet. And the two foliage dies that cut out the shapes you can see on the right upper corner in there are these two in here. And I will run this through my die cutting machine just multiple times off camera, and magic of editing, they are all in here. So I have to do is remove the backing from them to reveal the stickiness. And I'm very excited about the medium I'm going to use in here. It's Gilding Flakes. I've had these two boxes in my stash for years and years. I used them once before and I sneezed and it became a disaster situation in my craft room, and I never dared to use them until now again. I was very recently reminded by the craftices. They decorated a lovely Christmas bauble with these Gilding Flakes, and it looked so lovely that I decided that I want to pull this out for one of my makes for this advent calendar, and I'm so glad I did. You will see the end result. It is amazing. So I'm just mixing the two colors on every single one of these die cuts. I think they go so very well together. These are metallic Gilding Flakes in gold and rose gold. The rose gold has this lovely pinkish, orangish almost tint to it. I think these two go so very well together, and I really love doing this. I don't even know why I didn't pull them out. Well, I know why, because it made a mess. And my craft room is always messy anyway. I definitely will be playing more with Gilding Flakes. I think they are gorgeous. Now in here, I'm trying to buff them off with my fingers, and it is bit painful to be honest, but I will show you a much easier and much quicker way in a minute, just how you can remove all the excess and buff of all the overhanging little bits and pieces between those little leaves of the foliage dies. So in here you can see me coming in with my magic tool. This is the adhesive eraser, and it is so much faster. This bit is sped up anyway a little bit in here, but it goes a lot faster and a lot easier and leaves you with a much cleaner result. So I have them all done, all 8 of those foliage. Now I taken a black piece of cardstock which measures 5 by 7 inches, card base, sorry, and then a white piece of cardstock which measures 4 3/4 by 6 3/4, and then this one measures 4.5 by 6.5, and I just added double-sided tape just onto the edges of it, and I'm coming back with the same 2 colors of Gilding Flakes, and I'm just rubbing and buffing all over that double-sided tape. I'm just creating a little frame that will match the design of my main card panel perfectly, because obviously I'm using the same colors in here. So as much as I managed to keep my table clean when I was covering the foliage with Gilding Flakes in here, I just got a little bit more impatient and I managed to make quite a mess, but it's okay, it's all cleaned up. magic of editing. So I'm just going to layer these on top of each other. So the black piece of cardstock measures 4¼ by 6¼ and that is the part that I will be decorating with all the little foliage leaves that I made lovely and shiny with my Gilding Flakes. I like to use collal or purpose glue for most of my cards. It leaves them nice and sturdy once it dries. It feels like a real good quality card then. And it leaves the cardstock with very little warping, next to no warping at all, because there is no water content in this glue. So now this is the card base ready. All I have to do is decorate my card front panel. Now I'm going to take the fine tip glue bottle and I'm just going to glue this foliage onto this piece of 4½ by 6½ piece of black cardstock, and I am going to glue these in all different directions. And I'll do this off camera again because you can see what I'm doing in here. Some of them I've cut into 2 pieces, so I filled out little pieces in the corners in there. For my sentiment, I'm going to heat emboss thinking of you always using a rose gold embossing powder. Now, for some reason, I was doing this way out of my camera shot, so I just cut this footage out more or less. But I have heat embossed a piece of cardstock, just a corner of a piece of a cardstock, as you will see here in a wee second, to cut a frame around my sentiment out of. So it is the same rose gold by Wow embossing powder. I've taken a piece of vellum and cut it down to a 3/4 inch wide strip just to grind my sentiment a little bit. I thought it was just floating weirdly in there if I didn't add anything underneath it. So instead of using ribbon or a bit of twine, I decided to add just a piece of vellum. And I covered the back of this black cardstock in double-sided tape. This will help me to line it up perfectly on that white piece of cardstock that I added a shiny frame to, and also leaves me the lovely white border behind that one. So now I'm adding just a bit of double-sided tape behind the vellum just to hold it in place, and I'm adding my sentiment up on foam pads. I like to raise my sentiment up a little bit. I think it just adds a little bit of a lovely dimension to those cards. And I also wanted to add some gemstones, and I'm using Chloe's Creative Cards bling box. I think this one is a spring bling box, and the gold ones in this one are kind of like a mix between the gold and the rose gold color that I used in Gilding Flakes. I think it's just matched perfectly. How beautiful and shiny this card is. I absolutely adore how this turned out. There's just so much lovely, beautiful shine on it. Just the way I like it. So you can write your sentiment inside using white gel pen, or you can add a piece of cardstock to write your messages on. I really hope you liked this tutorial. I adore this card. It is really nice. In real life, much nicer than on camera. If you did like this tutorial, do not forget to subscribe to my channel and give me the thumbs up. Most importantly, hit the notification bell so you won't miss out on any future notifications of new uploads. Go over to Monika's and Mel's channels as well. Check out their tutorial and unboxing videos as well. I will leave the links to their videos in the description box below. I hope to see you soon back for another lovely tutorial or project share. Until then, bye!